Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Hello readers, I don't know if you're like us and have been looking through the new D&D 24 rules and the changes and stuff. Looks more like tweaks and fixes and not all that much revolutionary. We're not sure if we're going to move on to that. As you know, we keep debating the merits of Pathfinder. If you're interested in all of that D&D Pathfinder maths and rules, I suggest you go back and listen to our bonus chat with Jason Bullman, which we released about a week or so ago. Throw us some stars, rate or review us, that's always welcome. Subscribe if you can. Apparently that makes a difference. Find us on social media, email us. We've had one or two extremely strange emails recently. That's it. Otherwise, I've got no other news or information. So let us push on with episode 210 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Spored to death. Evening, everybody.
Evening.
Hello.
You're probably wondering why I'm wearing a red tailcoat, top hat, got a kitchen chair in one hand and a whip in the other. Well,
it's Wednesday.
It's because Dan has returned from his main attraction tour of UK safari parks.
I was wondering what you would have come up with.
Also, we have the little glimmering, flickering lights and weird little pipey tubes in his cabinet of half machine, half man Paul, easing himself into his specially adapted high chair. The corpulent form of Johnny.
Good evening.
Dr. Eusebio, Spider Lucas, and fresh
Lucas
off
the
his
bear.
longboat, or should I say, schlongboat. It is Hot Viking Olaf Hotfuss. I'm sorry, Olaf Hotfuss of Graham.
You're getting worse.
The Viking we're liking.
Oh,
yes.
I'm editing that out, and then I'm claiming that for mine later. Now,
Feel
last
free.
time was a bit of a rambling weirdness.
What do you mean? What do you mean last time?
Well, it was just
The
a bit
last 4
rambling.
years
It was just
has
a
been
bit
rambling weirdness.
Well, that's true. The whole thing has been a bit of a weirdness. We've had no Dan, so we've got to catch Dan up. Can anybody remember what happened last week? I mean, I can sort of remember.
Well, yeah, more happened last week than that's happened in the previous few weeks.
Yes.
We
Went
managed.
upstairs.
We went upstairs to the hotel room above, and then we met.
Yeah, well,
with-
that was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, that's a couple of weeks ago now, was it?
Last week we started because you'd stumbled upon a cloud of smoke
always
out on the
happens.
cave floor.
This always happens.
A cloud of smoke out on the cave floor. You followed that railway track down. Dan's going to think, what? Railway track?
Yeah.
You followed that railway track down and you found what turned out to be Buggy and an enormous ancient blue dragon
Yes.
wearing a ring on one claw that was glowing with a white heat. Remember that?
Yeah. And then
And
what
Buggy had
happened?
captured-
And then what happens is Mike stopped talking.
Yeah.
And the rest of us get to do the recap. So then we all came back up. We all ran away from it, came back up the
Yeah.
railway track.
Yeah.
And then Mike carried on because I've just forgotten.
No,
Then
then
we
we,
went down.
then we interrogated the dwarf.
You did.
Didn't really get very much out of her, and so we put her back on the trolley and pushed her down.
The alchemist dwarf.
The alchemist dwarf, Dan, obviously.
Who'd been
okay.
pulling all the strings from the above,
Oh,
and
because
who
there's
had
a
been
sort of
fighting
scry-
Johnny.
So
there's
4
a
years ago,
scrying thing.
4 years ago when we started doing this, we'd all have a go at doing the recap. And then it's just evolved to the fact where Mike goes, so what happened last week? One of us starts talking, gets it wrong, and then Mike just finishes off. This has just proved the point.
No, you're doing all right.
Carry on, Lucas.
So upstairs there was a dwarf alchemist who'd been scrying on
Yes.
everyone downstairs. Bugraft had captured her and stuck her in his portable hole,
Yes.
Portable
hole.
which she didn't seem to be able to get out of. I think after seeing the blue dragon, we tipped her out of the portable hole, interrogated her, stole all her gear,
Yeah.
and sent her back down the track to the blue dragon, possibly.
So let's-
we couldn't
Can we
face
just
it
wind
again.
back a bit?
With the
Can we just
sign
wind back a bit?
saying
The
I
last
hate
time-
blue dragons.
Yes.
Is there a map? Maybe if I look at a map, that might help me piece together.
Yeah.
Map should all be there.
Yeah, I see it. Right, so there's the lift going down.
No,
Is that on the
it's not
railway
a
lift?
lift.
It's not a...
It's not a lift.
It's not a lift. It's a cage.
Right, there's a cage. Yeah, what's the cage do?
Nothing.
It just
Nothing.
holds nothing. It just holds. people.
Holds
It stops the carrion crawlers getting into the.
Right. So where
rest
did
of the
you? Oh, so you
passageway.
went. You went somewhere.
climbed
Where's
up.
that?
We climbed through the roof of the cage, which has a lid in it,
Right.
and went up to the level above, which is where Johnny had been the whole time when he'd gone ethereal, and he'd been fighting this alchemist dwarf.
Oh, and he'd convinced one of those that wait that he was the Fog Lord.
Smoke Lord.
Smoke
Lord. Because I released them from the servitude of the Dwarven Alchemist.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have a
We
follower.
explained that obviously
He's now waiting on us rather than on her.
Right.
Yeah. Monster P. McWheat.
And then you went down into the cave, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think we dimension door down
to the bottom, where there was a dragon waiting for you.
No, the dragon is down the chute from the upper level.
Right, the other side.
So on the map, the dragon would be here.
It goes back out onto the cliff face or whatever.
Yeah, I thought it might. Okay, so
from the green squiggle on the big pit, it leads down the passageway that goes into the big room at the bottom of the 3 maps. And that's where we stopped.
Right.
Possibly something was about to happen.
And
something was about to happen. Well, something had, in fact, happened.
And McVitty McMonts gave us the backstory.
Shall I tell my tale again?
Yes, gave a long tale.
The story of my people?
Yes, about the exodus that brought them here from the lands that wait.
It was very talky.
Including
there was an awful lot of...
Including the Red River.
There's a lot of stuff being ripped asunder as well.
And we've been to the Red River. Do you remember, Dan, when Burple had the figurine of the cursed figurine of Wonderness?
I can't forget that particular
Can't forget that. Well, there was the Red River, and this was part of what this McVitty told us.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Bit of history.
And the lands that wait were originally a sea. It was originally a sea that all sank down.
Some of this stuff actually lands. I'm astonished.
Well, I think we knew it was a sea, didn't we?
I think you'd kind of worked that out. You had learnt that before, but you'd
forgotten it again.
Well, yeah, but I mean, who can blame you?
No,
it was a long time ago. It was Zerxog.
But the key question is, what are you waiting for?
It's possibly what are they waiting on rather than for, or who are they waiting on?
There's a certain level of servitude to them, and that's why they've moved from.
Well, it's not so much that, more like they're particularly vulnerable to mental control.
Oh, are they?
It was their kind of story. In fact, the ones that you discovered before were thralls of Zerxog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that is where you found the first piece of information. Scholarly text that he had somehow acquired from somewhere. Maybe now this is making a bit more sense about the draining of the seas and the creation of the lands that wait and all that stuff.
Right. And we're about to get combat.
We still don't know who drained the lands.
No.
Right. Okay.
Well,
we might.
You kind of do.
Forgotten.
You kind of do. You have learned over the course of your adventures, and we touched upon this last week, that the great battle, the climactic battle between the Queen of Chaos and the Wind Dukes, the Battle of Pesh, it was called,
right,
in Hearth's prehistory, caused a great cataclysm, a great sundering of time and space and the earth itself. This is something that Burple experienced as a vision when he placed his hand on the gem on the map room.
I remember that.
In the Tomb of Ecosiol, which seemed to indicate a kind of ancient layout of what you call the hinterlands.
I see.
And
it's all coming together.
It's possible that this great cataclysm drained the sea to leave an empty seabed, which is now the lands that wait. And that the great rent or crack in the earth that drained the sea, you may be in one end of it. Seemed to be the general sense from the story that Monster P. McWheat told you about their journey and exodus from the lands that wait. That's enough.
Oh, it all ties together very nicely, Mike. That is a very nice little bit of resolution.
Well, so you've spiraled down 6 turns deeper and deeper into the earth. The passageway you are in is not very pleasant. It is, in fact, repugnant. It's caked with refuse and rubbish. The stench has been getting steadily worse. You have just got to the point as you reach the final turn of this spiraling passageway, and you can see the cavern before you. Your minis are laid out sort of just round the corner, but I think where we left things, the sense was that you could see the cavern. I've revealed it all.
Burple had run into the room naked, shouting at the top of his voice, "Come on, get me!" You
were not too badly probed.
Okay.
Burple. You've got to the point where the stench is going to have, you think, well, not you think, this is where we left things, some kind of in-game effect, and we're going to be doing some saving throws. So it's a massive cavern, sloping floors, it's a misprint. I had to read it 3 times. It says stalagmites. Okay. several colossal stalagmites. It's lit by swathes of phosphorescent fungus clinging to the walls and ceiling. Mats of rancid, decaying fungus bubble and seethe in a thick carpet on the cavern floor. Yummy. Filling the air with a hazy green taint of spores and stink. That is something we're going to get into in a moment.
They're always
here
nasty.
And there,
there's always lots of different types.
Colonies of fungus, I have marked them on the map for you, rise like hills and scattered throughout are the bones and skulls of long dead giants.
Yeah, of course.
And then the last thing that occurred was that in the center of this matted floor of fungus and spores and rubbish and bones, something gargantuan began to emerge. Let us start. We're going to start with a saving throw. It's the effect of the kind of general miasma that you're in. I think a couple of you are really not going to be in any trouble with this. And then we're going to have initiative.
What state of spelledness are we?
I think you're in pretty decent spelledness. I don't think you did Dimension Door. I think you worked out a way of getting down to this cavern by using bags of holding and people riding on brooms and all that malarkey.
Right. You should be,
I think,
correct.
A couple of fireballs got cast.
Okay, so there's a 6th level spell cast, which would have been the invisibility from a couple of weeks ago, I guess.
Yes, you're no longer invisible because then you cast Dimension Door to get yourself out of a cage that you were trapped in with.
I don't think
you've missed a lot. You've missed a lot of weeks, Dan. There was a point at which you and Scaly got trapped in a cage.
Okay, so I've used a 6th and a 4th.
Yes, and you've used your Aasimar Celestial Heritage Daylight spell in order to illuminate the cavern above.
Okay, and I seem to have used 2 other 3rd level spells.
You cast fireballs to nuke carrion crawlers from the entrance to the passage where you're in.
Right, okay.
But you've left the hive of crawlers otherwise undisturbed behind you. Just, bear that in mind.
Great.
Uncountable hundreds of interseething, wriggly tentacled horrors. Everybody give me a DC 16 Constitution save, please. If you've got poison resistance and you get, advantage on poison saves, then you get advantage.
Does Paul convey some sort of bonus to people near him?
Do, yes.
He does.
And if we're immune,
that one.
If you're immune to poison, then you don't need to roll.
Aura protection +3. Anybody within 10 foot.
We're going to assume everybody's within 10 feet of you. I laid the minis out so you can reconfigure.
Has anybody got any kind of purify air spells or something like that?
That's what I was wondering. Okay,
let's roll. We're just going to stay within 10 feet of you as well, Scaly.
So you're rolling at +3. Well, that wasn't the first one. For fuck's sake. I fail it.
You fail it.
I'm going to use a point of luck.
+3 on this. Oh, 22.
24. Fucking Scaly just
failed.
Rolled a 1 and rolled a 2. It just continues.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, that's Purple's
3
point of luck.
Johnny rolled a 5. Dr.
I
rolled
a
a
save.
I'm going to use an Ort dice.
You're going to use an Ort dice.
I'm going to use an Ort dice already. First roll.
Yeah.
It's an 11. What are we on?
Yes.
D10? D what?
D10.
D10, yeah.
Not D12. It's all gone really badly,
D10.
this.
We're in the 3rd tier of whatever.
Yes. Finally.
Made it. Okay, so who didn't make it? I've got to roll for Monster P. McWheat. Makes it with the +3 from Scaly. Monster P. McWheat says, "Thank you. Are you still invisible?"
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, oh invisible presence. Oh, servant of the Smoke Lord.
You can do invisibility now, can you?
No, they're still invisible from your invisibility.
I thought I'd cast another spell.
Yeah, but that doesn't end it for them. Only ends it for you, right?
It's a concentration spell. It ends the concentration.
Yeah, you haven't cast a concentration spell.
Oh, I see.
So
Scaly failed.
Now I've lost play. Scaly failed. Parker didn't roll. Sessions succeeded.
Yeah. Buggy
succeeded. And Burple succeeded.
Jesus Christ, the only the one who should pass it fucking fails it.
Are you resistant to poison damage, though, or are you not?
Yeah.
Okay. You take 6 points of poison damage.
Yeah.
And can you make a mark on your character sheet that just says you failed 1 miasma save?
Yeah.
Please.
Ooh, that's not good.
Right, let's have initiative. I'm going to roll for Monster Pete. 16. And then this big thing. We're just going to call it the big thing for the moment. Okay. And
how big is it? And will its head fit in my portable hole? That's the question.
Well, we'll see if and when it ever emerges. Right. Parker's on 16. And Burple is on
102.
102.
No, Burple got 7.
Okay. Scaly?
19.
Buggy?
20.
20. Sessions?
15.
So let us pick stuff up with Uncle Buggy on 20.
Going at the front.
I am at the front. It's going to be a purple worm in it.
Well,
Dunno.
Based on my 46 years experience.
is it 46 years now?
46.
I don't think I've ever
47.
fought a purple worm.
Not for a very long time.
How can it
can't
possibly be
remember
based on
either.
your 46 years worth of experience?
Well,
Johnny?
just general D&D knowledge.
What, that it's going to be a purple worm?
He's quite good at calling these
Yeah, I'm
things.
just thinking that the corridor we're in looks a bit
Yeah,
sort
it
of
is.
purple worm shaped.
Annoyingly.
It's not a purple worm, I would just tell you that now, but on we go.
It's a Tarrasque. It's a real
And it's
Tarrasque.
not a terrain.
You just changed it, didn't you? Of course it's a purple worm.
Yeah.
Of course it's a purple worm.
Tonight's beer is Vocation Brewery Crush Hour.
Crush Hour.
Everyday hazy pale.
I've got an annoyingly named beer for you, Paul. Cloudwater, of course.
Yes.
It is like this. Flowers, while loved, fall, and weeds, while hated, flourish.
Oh my
God.
god.
What a load of pretentious
Have they completely
bollocks.
Happens when you
Vanished
get
up their own
hipsters
arse.
in charge of chemistry sets.
Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you what it's like.
Too much
Here
time.
we go. Lovely beer, first beer.
Oh, that's rather
Well,
nice.
it's the standard colour, Paul.
Crusher. Very nice. Tastes like every other beer, but very
Ooh.
nice.
That is nice. That is nice.
Yeah, this is nice.
Tastes like every other beer. Yeah.
Very, very refreshing and crisp. A little bit sweet.
Very interesting article about craft beer and keg beer and cask beer in the FT by Pete Brown
Oh, really?
today, Paul. Or yesterday. Yeah, I'll send it. I'll send you a link.
On we go.
All we're doing is waiting until Buggy switches on the annoying smoke, right? I mean, that's what's happening.
Oh,
So I
please
can't.
don't
I've
tell
already
me.
used it today.
Whee!
And the crowd goes wild.
God, bloody hell. I was bullied into switching it off.
And when can you next go ethereal? You can't,
Not
can you?
today.
Hey!
Right, do I see any
There's no more
monsters?
Bonds, the broom cupboard has seen an awful lot of use over the course of the last
Yeah,
few
there's
weeks.
been quite a lot sitting around doing absolutely nothing.
And the things you lot talk about, by the way, well, when I'm in
Oh,
there,
yeah.
my God,
Oh,
make your
yeah.
hair curl.
Yeah. Quite a lot of those conversations were about how to stop Johnny doing his bloody smoke.
Right, on we go, Buggy.
Right. Any hostiles?
Go on.
I'm moving one move action, 70 feet
Nothing.
forward, westwards
What?
into the room. Or near
Yeah,
the
you
entrance.
can see this giant chamber stretched out before you.
What?
Readers, it's like an oval. It's like an oval on its side.
I thought we were already all in the room. Because I've got us all positioned
I mean,
towards
it's
the end of that.
I mean, it's hundreds of feet across east to
What
west.
happens is
and-
everybody towards the end of it.
Yeah, everybody for some reason seems to be backed up round the corner, but
The way.
I'm not bothered.
Okay. All right. So we were.
Hang
all
on,
right,
hang on, Scaly. It's my go. Do I see any hostiles?
No.
Any purple worms? Vibrations?
No, nothing. Yes, there's a rumbling from under your feet, and there's something moving under the mat of fungus and remains out in the centre of the chamber. You've got 2 or 3 sizable geological structures, like stalagmites or whatever. They tend to be topped by little clusters of fungus, and there is a kind of area of central cave that's behind those 3 big stalactites. From behind those stalactites. So you'd need to run through a channel to get to that part of the cave, or run round to the north in an open area. Readers, don't worry about this. It's all going to be theatre of mind.
Well, I don't know what to do. I mean, we're trying to find the key.
Don't have to do anything.
With the.
It's decent, this beer with a weird name.
Do we need a locate object or something, folks?
Have you got one?
I haven't. No.
So what are you thinking?
Well, I'll just sort of venture into the room then. That's my go.
So you're just cautiously working your way into the
move
chamber.
forward, listening around, see if I can see any hostiles.
So I'm going to mark on the map for you where you think the centre of this disturbance is.
So it's all pretty squidgy, but are these rock pedestals
Yes.
like solid ground?
Pedestals?
Like they would be more stable.
Yes, I would say they're sloped. They're not particularly convenient places to be, but they do at least have the benefit of being solid rock that's
Okay,
protruding
I'm
up from this
moving
mat.
to the first small. No, I'll move up to the big
Right.
solid bit. Is that a solid bit area there where I put my mini?
Yeah, that's a solid area. Yeah, that's a
I'll
great
move
big
up to
solid
there
area.
and take my axe
That's a
out.
huge, great solid. It's crowned just so that there's no possible chance that this was not clearly communicated to you by a large colony of this red and white fungus thing. It's not doing anything. It seems to be, fungus. It's not like it hasn't got legs or anything. Well, not yet, anyway.
That's my go. fast and efficient.
Scaly.
I think I'm going to follow Bugrock here.
Also going to the giant stalagmite.
Maybe not.
I'm looking at the map here. I'm saying it's terraced. There's like a kind of one level, and then there's a higher level, and then there's a kind of crowning summit. Let's say that summit is about 20 or 30 feet up. So an element of clamberment is required.
I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to move a bit in between. I'm heading a bit
running out into the open ground.
North by northwest.
Top right-hand quadrant of the cave.
Yeah,
out in the
northwest,
open. Yeah. On 16, Parker.
Well, I think I will just move up to the edge of the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Have a look round. Ceiling of the chamber, how high?
120 feet above the floor.
And are there any places one could clamber up to? Is there fungus all the way up the walls or just on the floor?
Swathes of phosphorescent fungus clinging to the walls and ceiling. Swathes. I'm going to say that means that you could pick your way between them. What do you want to do?
I'm going to stay where I am for the moment.
There's a kind of delineation point on our map. You can see at the end of the passageway leading in. You can actually see that kind of drop down.
I'm going to stay there. Yeah.
Okay, so you're staying on the edge, the lip, as it were. Monster Pima Wheat shouts, "Shall I tell you once again of the story of my people and our journeys through the wilderness? It first started years ago." Then we'll just let that trail off into the whatever, and that's enough of him sessions.
I guess I will fly down the passageway, remain up near the ceiling.
Yeah.
So I have a better line of sight to what's going on.
Taking a bit of cover, but you can see into the cavern proper.
And how far? Sorry, I'm just trying to... they're quite a way away. Okay, that'll do for now.
Right. And last and least, it is Burpledy, Herpledy, Hoopledy Hum.
I'm going to cast a fly spell on myself.
Right.
And then I'm going to move up next to Sessions. How high are you, Sessions?
Up near the ceiling. How high is the ceiling, Mike?
120 feet.
Oh.
The ceiling of the cavern is 120 feet. I don't think the passage is the same.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's about 20, 30 feet high.
Highest it's wide.
Which seems to make sense from what you were saying about purple worms. Not that it is a purple worm.
No.
It's a tube. Right, I'm going to roll a d6. Okay. In that case, I'm going to roll a d8. Okay. The disturbance in the floor, the bulge, does not break through, but instead, like a rat trapped under a blanket, it starts to move towards the mouth of the passageway.
It's like something out of Dune.
Yeah, not
Can
anywhere
we
near
mark it on the map somehow?
Immensely boring, but yeah.
It's a purple worm.
I'm going to make a mark on the map.
It's a bullet.
It gets to between the giant stalagmite platform bit that Scaly and Buggy are on and its little neighbour. There's a sort of channel between, and it's round about there.
How many squares is it taking up?
The bulge is an area of floor at least 30, 40 feet wide, something like that. Do you remember the Ulgastaster in the arena all that time ago?
Yeah.
It's a very similar deal. Again, if a rat was under a blanket, the width of the bulge would be more than the width of the rat.
So, it's got girth, basically.
It's got girth. On 20, we're back round to Buggy. Round 2.
What are we doing in here? What are we trying to do? Anybody?
We're trying to find the key.
Have we got any other clues? Is it going to be inside this worm, or are we...
Well,
I think
somewhere in
just
the chamber?
before we do, Dan's fly is concentration, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the invisibility that was lurking on people has gone.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, mate.
It's not going to have any eyes anyway.
Oh, I had forgotten.
Any artificial structures in this cavern?
No.
I don't really know what to do then.
Well, it's near you. You could
You can head towards
run out
it.
and bash it.
maybe it doesn't recognise the outcrops, like tremors or something, whereas it does recognise where Parker is.
Or maybe they're safe from it, but not safe from anything else.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be a way out, does there?
Yeah, but I think we're trying to find a key here, isn't it? It's not. It's kind of defeat.
Is this tunnel that we've come out of? Is this kind of a bedroom? Do you think? Does the size of the rat under the rug look like it is?
Mike, you could fit the girth into the tunnel.
Would it be a tight fit, or would it?
Would
it need lubrication?
Sorry, I'm going back a few weeks, so apologies. But the giant that I dominated.
Yes.
What was his name?
Yes.
Chalgar. He basically mentioned was it the carrion queen or something? Or
yeah, we're down in the carrion
mother
pit.
worm.
Yes, this
the
is
what
it,
worm?
Dan. The mother worm.
Mother worm.
That's why we're here.
Yeah,
Right,
we figured this one out. Yeah.
Right.
Mother
Yes.
world.
Even-
So it's
even-
inside
I'm
the
right
mother
on top
world.
of everything, I can tell you.
Even us can kind of
Even
figure
us.
this one out. Even us.
Well, I don't really know what to do, folks.
I would be coming back towards the passage
maybe
because
me.
there's going to be a combat.
Well, I'll just stay there. I mean,
Okay. Scaly.
Scaly is going to move back towards the mouth of the cavern, just to
Yeah.
one side though, just to one
Okay.
side of the entrance.
That's it for you. Yeah.
That's it for me. I'm just waiting to be ready.
Parker.
So basically, the worm bulge is about, are we talking 100 feet to my
Yeah, something like that.
west
Yeah.
at the moment?
More like 70, 60 or 70
Yeah.
feet west. It's
Okay.
between the two towers of rock.
Okay. Well, I am going to go over to the outcrop where Buggy is on, but below where he is standing. And I'm going to carry on round to the other side of that sort of fungal thing.
Just scampering around the bottom of that
Scamper around
giant
the
stalagmite.
bottom of that. And I'm going to start searching around, making sure I don't touch any of this fungal stuff, but get a stick out and...
There's a sort of fungal frosting everywhere.
Right.
But the big colonies I've marked on the map. So I presume you're
Okay.
steering clear of them.
Steering clear of them and start having a bit of a search.
Give me a perception check. Or is it? I never know. It's
Or
perception.
investigate.
Yeah. I'm never quite sure.
17
no, it's
anyway.
very confusing.
It's noticing things and then finding things. Which do you use for when you're searching somewhere? You kind of say, well, that would be investigate.
Yes, that's
No,
investigation.
really
it says investigate
badly
is when you look
explained.
around for clues and make deductions based on those clues. You might deduce the location of a hidden object, discern from the appearance of a wound what kind of weapon,
Right, so
determine
you're
the weakest
looking-
point in a tunnel that could cause it to collapse.
Sounds exactly like perception.
That's investigation.
Yeah, but you're looking for a key.
Yes,
You're looking for.
yes.
You're trying to find the location of a hidden
Yes.
object. I mean, assuming it
Yeah.
is hidden, it doesn't matter. You don't find anything. It's all academic, I guess. But Monster P McWeek keeps on talking. Sessions on 15. Floaty.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure what's happening. So
Okay.
I haven't
Burple
got
on
something
7.
like I will ready Sacred Flame. If something appears
Ready
within
Sacred
60
Flame.
feet, I will zap it with a bit of Sacred Flame.
Got it. Burple on 7.
I will.
You will.
I'm sorry, I don't know. You see, so what
I
I'm going
will,
to do is it's not going to be invisible, is it? So I will.
Why don't you get ready some area of effect stuff?
Yeah, I could ready a spell. I will use a bonus action on Sessions to give him Bardic Inspiration dice.
Oof. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. I usually save them for fighting. And ready
Mhm.
a fireball. That's actually probably not a very good idea, is it?
If you're ready, you have to concentrate on it, which means you won't be flying anymore.
Is that correct? Well, I won't ready then.
Yeah, you cast the spell and then you concentrate on maintaining it.
Does that mean you can't concentrate on another
Yeah,
spell?
I think that's true.
Well, I won't do it then.
Right,
it.
I'm gonna roll D6.
Oh, I'll move forward a little bit. I'll move next to Scaly. 4, 5,
Okay.
6.
You moving next to Scaly?
He's on the ground though, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
I can be 10 foot up, I suppose.
Just fly near me.
I'll be 10 foot up.
Just on the right-hand side of the aperture into the main part of the cave.
Yeah.
Right. This thing emerges. This gargantuan creature emerges.
It's a
Let's see if I
purple
can get you a...
Ooh,
That's not a purple worm.
It's not a purple worm, no. It basically looks like a carrion crawler. An enormous carrion crawler. It's described in the text as a kaiju carrion crawler, for those who are familiar with, Godzilla and supergiant creatures and all that business. Like to see the picture?
yeah.
Bloody hell, it's going to have a really ridiculously long reach, isn't it?
Well,
It's got tentacles.
This reminding me a bit of old Grimbald.
oh yeah.
Got a bit of deja vu. Yeah,
Yeah.
going in
it's
and
got its
fighting this
face
thing and,
eaten off.
everybody buggers off.
Well, you bugger off in that direction. You're the
No
one
one's
who's buggered
buggered
off.
off yet.
Although now you mention it,
Well, I could ask the question, are we going to go and fight this thing?
you could ask a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, we're going to fight it.
Yeah.
And then you
Right.
bugger off.
There you
Oh,
go.
Hello.
Oh, God. So it's a sort of,
Yeah.
wormy.
Yeah,
So it is wormy.
wormy nastiness. It's got a kind of
Ugh.
segmented wormy body with clawy, prongy, regular spiky feet parts.
And it is
It's got an
gargantuan.
enormous maw surrounded by wiggly tentacles that look like they can reach quite a long way. It bursts through this mat of fungus and detritus, and it pulses something through its body and emits a shockwave in all directions, washing over everybody. Can you give me, please, all of you, a Constitution save DC? Oh, here we go.
16 or 17.
22.
What?
As this shockwave rolls over you. Please.
Fucking hell.
And what does the bardic inspiration-y thing do?
It gives you an extra D something.
When do you have to nominate that you want to use it?
Hold on, I will read you Bardic Inspiration because I never remember what it...
After you've rolled the dice, but before you know.
As a
results.
bonus action, a creature other than you within 60 feet can hear you. All right. For 10 minutes, the creature can add it to... So it's a D12. You can add it to any one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. This can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Okay.
Right. Constitution saves. Let's have them.
Everyone. What, even me?
19.
No,
19 is a fail.
Hold on. Use my
26.
Natural 20 from Scaly.
Very rarely been so pleased.
We didn't pick up on that, Paul.
20.
Ooh, decent number from Sessions.
But not enough.
Going to be enough?
Purple +3.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Use a lucky.
27 for the bug.
Uh-oh.
27 for the bug. Dice rolling everywhere.
I'm going to use another luck dice. I got 9 for the readers.
What? It's ridiculous.
Uh-oh.
Oh, oops.
I know I'm rolling really badly.
You got another
Another
9.
Yeah.
9. Another 9.
You sure they're luck dice?
Lucas,
Yeah.
you didn't mean he's got 9
Mike?
luck dice.
Oh, 20.
Shall I use my other raw dice?
Why don't you find out what he does, and it might be like 2d8 vibration.
Okay. Yeah.
damage.
No, I will wait.
You can't jump in with it once I've told you what it does, yeah?
I know.
I'm using
Yeah,
my
okay.
bardic inspiration dice.
Ooh,
Oh, which gets me to 22.
22 exactly. Okay. Well, it's safe to half
Oh, okay.
of a certain amount of thunder damage.
Oh, I'm immune to thunder damage. No, not
Lucky
really.
you.
Not really. No one's ever
Not so
immune to
lucky
thunder
you.
damage. Lightning?
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. You know, nobody wants it, but it's not that bad. Do you want
Oh,
it,
no.
sir? Oh, thunder damage, sir. Oh, there we go. Third. Ooh, that's not a bad roll.
38.
38 points of thunder damage on everyone. Now,
you can't.
but
If you're resistant, do you half?
if you save and then you're resistant, you half the damage that's left after your save. Yeah.
So I'm going
There we
to.
go.
I'm going to use my reaction to be resistant to thunder damage.
Ooh, wow. What's
Invoking
this?
the once per short turn ability of the Totem of Storms.
Oh, yeah, the Totem of Storms. You rather poo-pooed the Totem of Storms, Sir Graham. Well, this is the first time it's come in useful in about 2 years, so fair enough. Now, that was the first thing that happens.
It's safe to half.
The next thing that
38 safe to half.
38 safe to half. Yes.
19.
19. Next thing that happens is that this seems to trigger some activity from the
From the giant.
from the giant
Mushroom.
colonies of fungus, around the cave. From those colonies, floating spores are jettisoned into the air. They're quite big, these spores.
Gas spores.
No.
We'll get to that. Suddenly, the air is alive with spores.
Are those the green things, the spores? Or are there more?
Yeah, the green things.
Right.
I'm putting green things on the
They're like
awful green
mines,
things on the
aren't
map.
they? They're like
Oh,
mines.
Yeah, there's like
They'll randomly float
spores.
around into you, doing nasty things.
Well, there's a bit of that going on there.
Looks like a game of Minesweeper. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, well, so you've got spores.
Yeah, well, Scaly's got
They
it.
are
Yeah.
the size of medicine balls, or like a big beach ball, like the one they would
Gas
knock around in
ball.
a cricket match.
A spore.
They've got traily, dangly fiddlements
Technical term.
dangling towards the floor. Technical term. Yeah, thank you. Documentary series helped me with this bit. And they kind of look floaty, so they must be filled with some form of floaty element. They look like they're going to be drifting around in the room. On 20,
I don't like this room.
it's Uncle Buggy.
Don't like it.
It's above the surface, this creature, is it? Still?
Yes, it is. Oh, damn it. I didn't do something else I could have done, but that's fine.
Yeah, go into the surface.
Yes, most of it. Some of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit hard to fight this thing. At the end of its go, it's just going to submerge itself, probably. So I'm going to move up to it.
Yeah.
I'm raging first, and then I'm moving up to it.
Bonus action to rage.
Yeah.
It looms over you.
Then I'm going to attack recklessly. 30, is that a hit?
30 is a hit. Yeah, just yet.
23 points of damage, 3 of which is radiant. Then I'm going to bash it again. 28 and
28 to hit.
31.
Yeah, both hits.
And then
Yeah, it's a hit.
bash it with a...
Oh, it's a 1.
Do I get to re-roll a 1? No, I don't, because it's not a damage dice. 10 points of damage.
It doesn't seem very wounded by that. Difficult to say whether that's just because you're ineffective or because it's just got, a quite extraordinary quantity of hit points.
Okay, that's my go.
That's it. On 19, it's Scaly O'Toole. It's one of these things near you, Scaly. It's floating just above your head and very near Burple. I mean, it's just like almost about to bump into Burple.
Yeah, I'm going to move away from it. I'm wondering about drawing the Staff of Crackling Evilness and trying to... I can't use it because I haven't attuned to it, can I?
It feels like a great idea all of a sudden, though, Scaly. It really does.
What a great idea that is.
Or shall I just go and well into this thing?
You haven't attuned to it, so you're not going to get any benefits from it. It's also horribly evil.
Benefits with a big B, maybe, but a small B benefits. There's all sorts of... There's companionship, Scaly. There's companionship and an important first step in a march towards destiny. That's the energy you're getting from it as it jiggles against the inside of your sack.
Do I get special VIP status? Do I get access to the VIP lounge?
There's all sorts of benefits when you fly
Air miles.
Crystal Staff Air.
Yeah. I'm going to go and bash.
Trudge across the horrible.
Trudge across the horrible. I can move up to it.
You got a bit of a move on you, haven't you?
Can, yeah.
Nice.
I can do my Vow of Enmity, which gives me advantage on attack rolls.
Yep.
Is it an evil outsider? I just have to ask.
No.
Right.
It is not.
First attack with my great schlong of that's plus 15, which is not going to hit, I should imagine.
It's a miss.
And my second attack
miss.
is plus 24.
Is a hit.
And I will do a 3rd level Divine Smite. So that's 40 points of damage. Done.
How many hit points has this thing got?
I don't know. Probably about at least 10 times that.
Oh, okay. No. It's all right.
No, it's fine. It looks absolutely fine, doesn't it?
Yeah. At the end of your turn, Scaly, it jets a line of acid through you and Burple.
What?
I'm 10 foot up. It just sort of angles it up. It's like a lightning bolt, only it's an acid line. It seems to be able to act in your turns or at the end of your turn somehow.
Legendary, obviously.
In fact, it's a very long line that blasts into the fungal tower behind you, Burple, and it's quite wide, probably 10 foot wide. You need to make a DC 22 dexterity saving throw, please, both of you.
Fuck right off.
21, not quite enough.
17. Let me just check.
Scaly had moved.
Yeah, that's right.
21, that's very frustrating.
That's
and
very frustrating.
Scaly,
Haven't done it on 17.
Another point of luck.
My last point of luck. Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, fuck it.
Another point of luck.
Oh, that's not helped you. 18. Scaly, what's up?
Cloak of Displacement.
No, displacement is...
it's attack
I'm not
rolls.
making an attack roll. Yeah. Okay, so you both take the following acid damage. I don't know, you may be resistant to acid damage.
No, it's poison.
Because it's quite a lot of acid damage, I have to say. It is, in fact...
Oh my god.
60 points of acid damage.
That's
60.
Jesus.
Marvelous.
That's nearly half my... Yeah.
And it is Parker on 16.
And it can do it every one of our rounds, right?
Well, it was a legendary.
Yes. So tell me about these spore things. So one of them is right next to me. Does it look like it's sort of floating aggressively towards me, or is it just hanging there in midair?
No, it looks like it's just
drifting.
It looks like it's just floating on the micro wind.
Is it like
It's
a
like a
jellyfish?
It's just
Right.
if you run into
Yeah,
it.
I would say
Jellyfish in
it's
the
like
air.
a jellyfish or an escaped child's party balloon.
Right, okay, so I can just basically move around it.
Yeah, it's not after you. It doesn't look like it's got thought.
It might pop at random moments, though.
Yes, if it's next to us.
They're going to pop with the next thunder wave, aren't they?
I'm guessing if they pop, then they'll probably have an area of effect like 5 feet. So you don't want to be standing within 5 feet of one of these spores or something like that. So I am going to move around the spores,
Spore dodging.
spore dodging to within 15 feet of this worm creature,
Staying on the rocky platform.
staying on the rocky platform. And then I'm going to do Fangs of the Fire Snake.
Fangs of the fire snake.
Fangs of the Fire Snake. So it's a ranged fire damage attack. Hitting armor class 12. That's not going to hit, is it?
It's not going to be enough, I'm afraid.
Okay, second strike. Any better? Oh my
No,
god.
no better. Dear.
2 4s in a row. Well,
No points of
and
damage.
one fine. No.
Needs
Oh,
one.
the 3 4s in a row. That is absolutely bloody ridiculous.
That you done, or are you going to move away
I'm
again?
going to move away again. And I'm going to move away such that I'm not within 5 feet of any of these spores.
Understood. But you are within 10 feet of a couple, yeah.
Okay. If I move one.
No, there's nothing wrong with that
west.
necessarily. No.
No.
Yeah, but you are within 10 foot.
Yeah.
Maybe 15 foot, you never know.
10 foot might be a safe
Yeah.
distance. Might be.
Maybe.
You know,
Okay.
who knows?
That's me done.
On 16, it's Monster P. McWheat.
Terrible.
He keeps on telling the story of his ancestors, ever so slightly fainter. On 15, it's Sessions, who didn't use his readied action when it appeared. I realise now.
It's out of
Sessions.
range.
Oh, it's out of range. Okay.
So Sessions is going to fly to the edge of the cave,
Yes.
to like here.
Mouth of the passageway
And then he's going to cast Polymorph on
it.
on it.
Oh, brilliant.
DC 20 Wisdom save.
DC 20.
Please fail.
I mean, I think he's.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
well, that's one of these legendary saves. I was hoping it would at least take that out of the round. Allow Berg
Okay,
to do something
okay.
fun.
It makes that save. Seems to be unusually hardened against your magic.
Okay, so
Sessions.
advantage, and then I will fly back to over here somewhere.
Okay, on 7, it's Burple. Burple, there's a weird, floaty horror balloon right next to your face.
Yeah, I'm going to. I don't know.
Readers, there are these little floaty things just all over the map now.
I think I have little option but to cast Regenerate on myself. And then I shall move 10, 11.
Attack of opportunity. No, not really. Attack of opportunity fish. Spore doesn't seem to be aware of you. You're running it back into the passageway.
Well,
Yeah.
not
Fucking hell.
totally.
You're tactically repositioning.
Yeah.
Further away from all the horribleness.
Yeah.
On 7, it's it. Right now. It's got stuff to do. This thing is going to have a busy round. First things first. 1d6. Second thing. Let's start with the tentacles. 1 to 3, Buggy. 4 to 6, Scaly.
Going to be scaly.
It is Buggy.
Oh!
Uncle Buggy.
Unusual, huh?
Yeah, it's normally scaly who gets it.
Okay, well, it's normally Parker. Number one in the list of who it's going to attack is Parker.
Oh, that may not be enough. Armor class 22.
No, I'm sure
Buggy.
he's got something in store for
That's a
Parker
hit,
as well.
but I was attacking recklessly, so it attacks at
He has
advantage.
advantage.
Oh, okay. Well, just to see whether or not it gets a big number. But it doesn't get a big
It gets a
number.
1. That's the end of its round.
Oh, don't be silly.
God.
You take the following amount of poison damage.
Piss damage.
Right, resistant. I'm doubly resistant because of rage.
Yeah, but you're only singly resistant because of the way it works. Yeah. 23 points of poison damage. So 11.
Yeah.
And can you give me a DC 22 Constitution saving throw, please?
Poison.
Yep.
So I get advantage.
Because of the belt of the dwarven what's it?
Yes. First roll is 23.
Okay, you make it.
God.
And then there's the bite.
Can I use my reaction to do lightning damage on it?
Wrath of Storms.
I'm maxing it out, which I can do once a day with Divine
Yes.
Enemy. So it needs to make a dex
Yes.
save, DC 16, or take 16 points of damage, save to half.
It fails that save. 16 points of damage.
Lightning damage.
Yeah, it goes. And then it's going to attack Scaly with the bite, sharing it out.
At disadvantage.
Because of your hunter's what's it?
No, because the cloak. Displacement.
It misses.
Brilliant. Need to come up with a plan, guys.
Yes.
Because I've just lost 90 hit points. I've got 100 left.
Well, I basically had lost more than that.
I'm happy to stand here and take it.
Well, we've got Graham's 700 hit point
Yeah, there's always that.
blast at some stage.
There's always that.
It's going to be attrition, whatever we do.
Yeah.
The only thing is, if we've got like poison resistance or something like that, we
Well,
could
I've
go
got-
away and
Buggy's got poison resistance.
Prepare.
I've got poison resistance, so that helps.
yeah.
It's the DC 20 something con saves.
Yeah, that's going to be
Yeah.
paralysis or something, isn't it? Like a carrying
Would
crawler.
seem quite
Then
likely.
you're screwed.
I mean, I've
I'll
got
just lift you into its maw.
I've got +6 on con, so I need to be rolling more than my average.
I have prismatic wall at some point, but the question is where to position it, because I suspect when it gets low, it'll be able to summon all the million carrion babies from next door
Yeah. But at least we could put a wall of force across the corridor.
behind us.
Yeah,
Yeah, so what, prismatic wall in front and a wall of force behind?
possibly.
What I could do coming round is
Are they both concentration?
Prismatic wall isn't.
Oh.
Can you just cast it
Prismatic-
on top of it?
No, you can't cast it with a creature in it. But if it tries to pass through it, it'll take 70 d6 damage.
Wow.
I think
I think we want to try and do as much damage on it as
So-
possible.
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay in for a round, do as much damage as I can with 2 attacks, and then next round, depending what happens, I'm going to retreat to the opening of the cave.
I need to try keep doing stunning strike on it, because if I can make it fail at stunning strike, you get advantage on all attack rolls.
Buggy on 20.
Right, bash. I'm taking recklessly.
Oh,
29?
29's a hit.
23 points damage, 6 of which is radiant. Do I need to point out the radiant?
Well, it's fun when you do, so I can go,
Second attack, we should do some severing at some point. 28,
Yep, hit.
12 points of damage. And I'm moving slightly 5 foot away from these spore things.
So stepping towards the corner of the creature's space.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, it convulses again, and there is another shockwave of thunder energy. It bursts over you, and it ripples through all of these things that are floating around.
Yeah.
You're going to have to make a saving throw. Are they going to burst? Well, we're not going to find out
you
now.
little shit.
Oh,
We're going to find
Don't
out.
call your DM that.
You muddy funster.
You get in trouble.
We're going to find out if you get spored to death, whether or not the thunder damage knocks you over, all of that sort of stuff, when we pick things up next week.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. Kings of the Rift and Age of Worms are copyright Wizards of the Coast. Kings of the Rift was written by Greg A. Vaughan. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening!